internet! So today is another plan with me. If you've watched my last plan with me video, then this video is no surprise because I am filming them back to back. I will explain that the lighting is way off today because I actually had filmed this plan with me in the morning. Didn't like the look of it, it just did not look good, so I decided to scrap that and I'm just refilming it. I ripped all those stickers out. It broke my heart a little bit, but we're just gonna move on. Basically, this is the spread from last week. I just finished replanning all of this. I really like the fact that it stands out as being, this is holiday mode and this is just normal mode, because I think I'm gonna mostly keep it white. I think I'm gonna draw a little bit if I can. I have no idea how this is gonna go, but for the most part, I'm trying to make sure that it is very obvious holiday. So that was last week. This is the week I'll be planning. As you can see, because I did film this earlier, I've already planned some of the things I'll be doing when I get back. This is basically just groceries, petrol, washing. That's basically what I do when I come back, and then just a bunch of to-do lists because I know I'll have a lot of things to do when I come back. I also have the bottom stickers that I put on in the previous video, so these grey ones, there's 2 heart checkboxes, and then there's steps because I want to monitor my steps on my holiday just to see how different it is. And then I've been using this side to write tons and tons of to-dos. I'm thinking I might make a custom sticker that just like sits here so I don't have this like stacking 3 stickers. I don't know yet. I don't know what other people use this for, but I started just using it to make a bunch of reminders and lists. So as you can see, this is a little bit ripped up. I had whited it out and had a bunch of stickers on there, and I had to rip the stickers off, so it has left a few holes and gaps and such, but I'm okay with that. I'm gonna actually leave that. I'm gonna start putting on the now just plain white stickers and headers. Done. As you can see, I'm gonna just, yes, very, very clear. I've just kind of made them long boxes now, and I've outlined them so they stand out, because the issue I had with the previous one is that it just wasn't standing out against this. This is just my very typical way of planning, and I wanted this to stand out a bit more. It's still not popping as much as I would like, but it's pretty close. And I'm okay with that. I'm not going to include any of the weather banners or the weather icons because it's really far in advance and I have no idea. But I'm going to show you guys what I have planned for each day. Up to a certain limit. The problem with this particular plan is, the problem with traveling is that I don't think things always go to plan. In fact, they rarely ever do. And I have a detailed plan. Like if you see the plans that I have online for this, not available online, just I store them online. I plan it down to like what we're doing within 5 minutes and stuff like that. And it's never worked out that way. Surprise, surprise. So it's okay. I think that's just the nature of travel. So what I'm gonna do, on this day we're actually doing a tour. So it's our first full day in Shanghai after leaving Beijing from last week, and we are actually joining a Water Village day trip tour. But the tour starts at 7:45, and I'm just trying to figure out what sticker I could use to represent a tour. I'm thinking I might put down a little map, although I think I would prefer to use the map from the travel kit from Violet's website. I just think it's more suitable. There we go. It is to the Water Village. I just don't really know what I could use. I'm gonna take one of these little sailboats. It doesn't suit at all, but I actually don't have anything that would be better. So I think that was just like, it's just gonna be cute. And even though it's got nothing to do with the Water Village. Done that. And I'll leave the rest to plan later as I go along, because I don't know what I'll be eating, what I'll be doing specifically each day. The next day is another free day, and it's more just for us to explore Shanghai, because I've actually never been to Shanghai before, so there's a lot of places, particularly like some shopping streets that I'm aware of. There is the Bud, the French concession, a lot of different areas, and I don't want to put that down just yet because I know that that could change on the day. We could discover new things, other things to do. So it's a little bit hard to plan. I'm pretty much going to leave this column for journaling. The only thing that I will put down, however, is a flag. Because if there's anything I'm certain about is that at least I know physically which country I'll be in. So I'll put this there. and that just represents the fact that I'm still in China. So this day is Wednesday, and we'll be moving from Shanghai to Taipei, which is the last country we'll be visiting on this trip. It's actually going to be a little bit of a mission to get across to Taipei, just because I thought it would be really simple. Taipei and Shanghai are not that far apart, probably an hour flight tops, but that 1 hour flight is extremely expensive. It is almost like $1,000 one way. It's completely insane. And had I known that at the time of planning this trip, I might have reconsidered not going to Taipei in the end, but it just worked out that way. So we'd already booked the hotel, so we kind of had to go, so that's fine. We are planning to go, but we actually have to make a stopover in Hong Kong first. It is actually a lot cheaper, like maybe $300-400 I think one way. I'm not sure. It's still pretty expensive, but in comparison to what we would have to pay, it is a lot cheaper than going straight to Taipei. So that's okay. I don't think either of us, Tobias and I, minded losing some of that time into this trip. So we'll be flying from Shanghai to Hong Kong at about 9:40, and then when we actually land in Hong Kong, which I think is about a 4-hour flight, we literally have 50-minute layover. Literally 50 minutes. That is not a lot of time at all. It's actually going to be pretty insane. I'm a little concerned that we may miss the flight, because that has happened before where we actually had an 1.5-hour layover, but obviously there are delays which you cannot help, and we ended up missing our flight, and it was just all sorts of pain, and we ended up having to divert so many different ways. I actually wanted to use this little running girl sticker just because of that short layover. That's what I was looking for. So, alright, back on track. So the country we'll be entering will be Taipei. Well, not country, that's the city. Taiwan is the country. So that's that page pretty much done. I'm going to leave the rest for planning on whatever else we do. Flip over to this week. We have 2 full days in Taipei, and then we're flying back home. So we actually don't have any tours booked for Taipei. I just didn't feel the need to book any because based on what I've heard from my friends, it's pretty easy to navigate and it's not too difficult. So I kind of trusted that we'd be competent enough to make it ourselves. So I'm not even sure if I can plan very much for these 2 days because we do have a list of places to visit, but again, what we will visit and what we plan to visit are 2 different things. So last day, back to Melbourne. Good old cold freezing Melbourne. So we start off in Taipei and we are definitely flying. There is no training to Melbourne. How insane is this? 6:05. So the flight leaves at 6:05, and usually for international flights they encourage you to be there 2 hours ahead of time, so we will probably be leaving the hotel at around 3 AM. So it's going to be a short day this day, but that's okay. That's just flying. But we do have quite a massive layover here. I think we have 3 hours, which is plenty of time to do stuff, whatever we feel like doing, I suppose. I'm going to take a sheet from the Scribble Prints Co. September kit, and I'm going to take one of these to-dos. I think I will take this top one. I think it fits the color scheme, or lack of the color scheme, the best. Cool. That fits perfectly. I'm just going to leave it empty because I don't know what we'll be doing or what we'll be buying. And then we are home to Australia. So we're flying from about 10, and I think we land, because it takes about 10 hours to get back to Melbourne. I think we land pretty late at night, which is okay because 10 hours is not too bad, and at least we do have 1 day to recover before we end up going back to work. So I think it's a pretty easygoing plan. There we go. So that is the entire spread. It looks really barren in comparison to a lot of my other spreads, but if you want to see the final result, then be sure to follow me on Instagram. I will eventually be posting the final product of all of these so you can see all the things that I eventually got up to. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the best way to be planning holidays in the planner, because I don't actually plan the holiday in my planner just because the holiday gets planned like months and months in advance, so it's all more on the computer. But I think this is a great way to journal it. You know what? I've forgotten one more thing. I'm going to take these stickers from Happy Scrappy. Put this at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to put this right at the bottom. Okay. Put this down here. What I'm going to do is open the store because in my previous video I mentioned that I would be closing my Etsy store whilst I'm away on holiday because I'm the only person that runs it, so I wouldn't be able to fulfill orders while I'm away. But once I'm back, I can open the store again. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry that the lighting was off. Hopefully the next Plan With Me video I'll be back home with good lighting again, and it should hopefully be some fun kits. I have some really cool ideas for the future Plan With Me videos. I want to incorporate lots of really great spring and summer themes because we are entering spring and summer in Australia. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.